Over there. Over there.
Oh, Jerry. We'll send postcards from every place we go. London, Paris, Geneva, Venice, Rome. Can't you just see all the labels on their suitcases? Thanks for bringing us the Laurel paper, girls. You're on page 2. Success.
The hometown who cares about it. Sophia! Right. And don't come back with a foreign accent.
Watch out for those foreign guys. You know, the guys with the tails wanting to hitch up with the Yankee girls who are dandelion a new roof for the family chateau.
Hey, don't give up any ideas.
And get this, whether you're in Holland or you're in France, don't take anyone's news.
Oh, honestly, you just killed me. No, goodbye, Lorelai. Goodbye, Dorothy. You'll be down here. Will you really? We wouldn't miss it for anything. We're going to stay till you're out of sight. We'll wave right back. Bye, my kids. Make sure you get them home safe. You got it. Make sure you have it. Bon voyage. Bon voyage. I'm all worn out. The French say things so nicely. I mean, bon voyage sounds so much better than have a nice time. Well, it's shorter. Doesn't it make you feel terrific? Like nothing will spoil our trip. I hope they don't start another war in Europe. Well, honestly, Lorelai. It's silly to think about another war in Europe because they've already had one. You think too much. That's your trouble. You can't help it if you're a girl like a guy. Anyway, they wouldn't dare start a war with Daddy over there. Your daddy? The packing. We'd better get with it. Goodness, seemed to have forgotten where it was. Hello? Well, it's Miss Lee's room and he isn't here right now. Very soon. He's having his hair cut because he doesn't trust those foreign barbers. Have him call Mr. McDonald in Philadelphia. Are you really in Philadelphia? You sound so close. Yes, I have the message. Bye-bye. I once decided to run away with all my possessions tied up in a handkerchief. What was I thinking of? Look, Dorothy! Jean Morrison got married. Not Jean Morrison back in 7th grade. Imagine. Nuptials planned for Rose Perkins. Where's the story about us? I'm looking. Here, Mr. Jeremiah Lee, prominent Little Rock citizen, is traveling to Europe this summer, accompanied by his daughter Lorelai and Miss Dorothy Gilbert. Go on. That's all. There's a whole column for Rose Perkins' nuptials. Well, what do you expect? Naturally, it's more important when a girl gets married than when she travels. Traveling's so temporary. Look, Gwendolyn McNeil announces. Sounds as if everyone in Little Rock is getting married. Or engaged. Lorelai, don't you think we're a little bit too young to get tied down? I guess it depends on whom we get tied down with. I mean, aren't we lucky to be seeing the world first, doing a bit of traveling? A girl can always come back home and marry who was left. As far as I'm concerned, death is preferential. What? The fact that a girl was born in Little Rock doesn't mean she has to go back and marry whom is left. Anyway, how could she when there wasn't anybody in the first place? Wasn't anybody? Who admired something besides good looks, charm, and a nice disposition? Who had something to offer mentally? The only boy who ever offered me anything mentally was the boy I copied off on math tests. You know, it's really time you looked elsewhere. Like, for instance, Europe, which must be full of intrigued gentlemen. So that's what's on your mind. Cultured, refined gentlemen who know how to admire brain. After all, they have so many museums. Maybe an Englishman. Maybe a continental. Like a member of a dying aristocracy who held on to his money. Bet he knows how to treat a girl. With reverence, as if she were a lady. His family trying to marry him off to his cousin. He's not in love, considering his children all be believers or something. Hemophilia. Yes. Golly, do you really think we'll meet someone like that? I think it's fate. Fate. And you'll probably have a brother. Why is that so important? We could just have faith in happen to one of us. There ought to be a brother for you. Oh. Or a close friend. Hello? Not yet. He's probably having conversation with the barber. You'd be surprised how well acquainted they are with topics of the day. Yes, Mr. McDonald. Yes. Oh, and it was sweet of you to call back.
What does your father think about this? The intriguing gentleman in Europe?
Oh my goodness, I want to discuss such a thing with Daddy.
Why not?
It would upset him terribly. This trip is for education.
Just education?
Yes. Daddy is devoted to seeing that my brain becomes educated, and I wouldn't want him to think he didn't waste his time. Daddy wouldn't understand that the intriguing gentleman can also improve a girl's mind.
Well, it doesn't look good. I wish you'd explain how we're going to meet intriguing gentlemen if we're supposed to be improving our minds all day.
Well, there are evenings.
I don't get your optimistic tone.
Haven't you found out, Dorothy, that everything works out for the best if you arrange them a little?
Here I am, girls.
Daddy!
Oh, you ain't finished packing yet?
Some kids from Little Rock just dropped in with us bon voyage, and we just stayed, and of course we couldn't be rude.
Oh, not very well.
Not my little girl.
What a perfectly adorable haircut.
Yeah, I thought that fool barber would never stop chattering.
It'll be relieved to go to a barber who can't speak English.
Hello? Oh, by the way, Daddy, a message came on your route.
What message?
You're supposed to call Mr. McDonald in Philadelphia.
McDonald? Well, cut that short, whoever it is.
It's Mr. McDonald.
Oh. Yeah, hello, Henry. Yeah, Jeremiah Lee speaking. What's up? Why should I sit down? I feel fine.
I tried to cheer him up. He sounded so depressed.
Henry, will you repeat that again? Just a little bit slow. No. Right away. I'll take the first train. I suppose you've guessed the meaning of that conversation.
Well, now I think I can.
Thank goodness for an understanding daughter.
He was trying to sell you something because you kept saying no, and finally to get rid of it, you explained you were going to Europe right away. Only you shouldn't have mentioned the train. I mean, he wouldn't believe you because everybody knows trains don't go to Europe.
No, they don't. Lorelei, you're an old enough girl and you're sensible enough to understand. I'm being sued.
Sued?
McDonald, he's my attorney in Philadelphia. He says some crackpot down there apparently has a business suing people. I know he doesn't have a case, but if I don't defend myself, I could be ruined and even wiped out. That's why I have got to go to Philadelphia.
But Daddy, couldn't you be sued in Europe just as well?
If I go to Europe right now, I'll return as a poor immigrant.
A poor immigrant?
Penniless. We would have nothing left.
Oh, Daddy!
I hope you'd understand. You never know what it means to me to give up this trip.
Give up the trip? You can't do that. We already did tickets.
I'll cancel the tickets.
And the hotel reservations?
Those can be canceled too.
But I've been vaccinated. You can't cancel a smallpox vaccination.
Lorelei, if we can't go, we can't go.
Listen, I just gotta think here and make some plans. I wish you two girls could go on to Europe alone. I really do, but I just can't let that happen. It's way too dangerous. Take the food, for instance. All it is a lot of indigestible messes in that French pastry. Ugh! You get poisoned just drinking tap water in the hotel room. And you two girls will be easy prey to all those foreigners, especially those men. Why, they would take one look at you two innocent girls and you'd be chased all over the capitals of Europe. No one to see you get in at a reasonable hour, like 9:30. It's unthinkable.
Daddy,
Yes?
I'm all broken up.
I know.
Because education means everything to me.
Why, I've devoted my life to your education.
And now to think that you're wasting your time.
Well...
I mean, even if I could go to Europe, just with Dorothy, if it weren't so unthinkable, how can I get along without you?
I dare say you would keep visiting.
Well, we're spending our time in museums.
In cathedrals.
And tombs.
You feel terrible because you couldn't see that.
Well, now...
Of course, we sent you postcards and descriptions.
Detailed description about the Tower of London.
The Tower of Eiffel.
Rue de la Paix, Mart.
I could practically see all of them.
There we are, accommodating at the circus or Piccadilly with our guidebooks.
Yeah, there you are. Wait just a minute. I'm standing here talking as if it weren't completely ridiculous for you two children to go to Europe alone.
Children?
Mr. Lee, we know enough to come in out of the rain.
After all, we graduated.
And we certainly wouldn't be spending our time with strange men.
Unless they didn't have a watch.
Alrighty then, I'll give you a little test. You just arrived in, let's say, Rome.
Yes.
The taxi driver brings you to the hotel.
Go on.
Do you give him centimes, shillings, or lira?
Oh, Daddy, don't be silly. I'd give him some money.
But I have a book on foreign currency.
Books are no substitute for experience.
Experience.
Just what you don't have.
It's a terrible shame. I mean, you always said experience was the best teacher.
True.
If you don't have any, what good is it? Live and learn. If you don't.
Stop! You're just getting me all mixed up now.
Poor Daddy, I'm tired.
Yes, I am.
Why don't you go take a nice hot bath?
What I ought to start doing right now is canceling this whole trip. Listen, it isn't that I have no confidence in you, but my better judgment is
Daddy,
telling
you
me.
have such good better judgment. I wouldn't dream of questioning.
Thank you.
I mean, you wouldn't decide anything hastily without thinking it over.
No.
So while you're taking a nice bath, you will think it over.
All right. But don't get up in the air with any false hopes. I've made up my mind.
But Dad-
I'll think it over if it makes you happy.
Hurry up, finish packing.
What do you mean finish packing?
So are we ready?
I'm in no hurry to get back to Little Rock.
We aren't going back to Little Rock. We're going to Europe.
What you heard your father, you know what that means.
Oh, yes.
You're crazy. You still think we're going? It's delusions or something. What's gonna happen when the ship leaves without Lorelei? Snap out of it, kid. We haven't got a prayer, not a prayer.